Right, shalom, my count. We'd like to first off and foremost give our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well, and much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four winds, pushing this truth in sincerity and diligence. All right, his brother, y'all from Great Millstone, Lake Charles, Louisiana, camp coming back again with another brief lesson. And as always, you know, Lord will be edifying to the elect. And just want to get into a topic of how everything was ultimately done according to the will of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai in this due time or fashion, you know. And that's how we understand, you know, everything is done through faith, you know. Everything, you know, as far as our belief system, you know, what we believe in, who we believe the men of the Lord are, you know, is all through faith, man. This is a faith-based walk of life that we've been brought into, all right? Real quick, let me get that. This is Hebrews 11. I'm going to start there. Hebrews 11 and 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. Speaking of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, it says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. Yahweh. He exists. Putting your trust in that name. All right? And Yahweh Shai is what? The deliverer. All right? It says, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You see? And then when it goes down, it ultimately lets you know the men of old, right? All the acts and things that they were taking account for and doing, you know, whenever they were walking in the spirit power, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, it was done through faith. Okay? Now, real quick, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and 32. It says, and the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. You see? So that's how we understand who King Mashal was, which, you know, the elders and apostles, you know, El Tahon down, you know, they were amongst him, you know, to give that record and their report and that account, you know, but it was done through the Spirit, all right? It was done through faith, you know? And that's why, ultimately, if you're not a believer, all right, if you don't really believe in Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, if you don't really believe that the apostles are who Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai set up in the accounts that they gave, you know, you lack faith, man, you know. And that's why it tells you in let me get it. I'll just get it. That Hosea. This is Hosea 4 and 6. This is why our nation continues to err, you know, not knowing the scriptures, not having faith. You know, these were those same spirits that were created from the beginnings, right? Those same spirits that was created from the beginning that didn't hearken unto Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai. This is Hosea 4 and 6. It says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. You see? So you see your household, you know, ultimately going to be trodden down, you know. You're going to be destroyed for what? A lack of faith. You not having the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai to even pass it down, man. You know, because what? You lack faith. Faith is the number one key you need to ultimately obtain, you know, what Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is giving out, man. You have to believe, okay? Let me go back to this 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter. Just to touch upon something real quick. 14 and 32, but I'll continue to go down. Well, let me see. 23. No. 15 and 23. Yep. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 23. It says, but every man in his order. You see? Because Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is a man of order. The Lord is well organized. Okay, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is well organized with what timing, judgments, blessings. You know, that's why it tells us ultimately what to be patient. You know, it's saying your patience possess your souls. Okay, the Lord ultimately wants to see your integrity or what you're going to do in certain situations. You know, but in this specific, you know, scripture, it says, but every man in his own order, man. So Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai ultimately woke up, you know, every man according to his will. You know, when he wanted to basically wake you up, you know, enlighten you back, and have you to obtain what he had for you, man. Whatever portion Yahweh Shemi Shai declared in the heavens, hey, it was sent down here, okay? And that's why it tells us that in 1 Corinthians 14. You know, the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So the same believers that always kept their faith and trust in Yahweh Shemi Shai, they're here today, all right? It says, but every man in his own order, Hamashiach the first fruits. You see? Afterward, they that are Hamashiachs at his coming. Then coming the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy shall be destroyed is death. You see? And Esau Edom is going to be destroyed. You see? When you go way back to the beginning with Adam, Eve, and the serpent, man. That serpent was Esau Edom, man. That's when death came into the world. You know, great death. Let me get it. Let me get it. This is a Second Esdras. Yep. This is Second Esdras chapter 7. In verse 48. It says, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. For what profit is it unto us, if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death? And there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. You see, but it tells us what? The creature was subject to vanity. You know, by way of us going off, you know, and what prophecy having to be fulfilled and coming to pass, right? We had to go off, you know. But what? According to the time, according to Scripture tell you what the vision is set for an appointed time, you know. All of these prophecies had to be fulfilled at a certain moment according to the will of Yahweh Shemi Shai, man. You know, all through the spirit and what us having faith that these things are true, which they are. Okay, we understand that they're true. This is Ephesians chapter 3, and I want to start at I'll start at the top. Well, I'll start at 2. It says, if ye have heard of the dispensation of grace of the Most High, which is given me to you, and this is Apostle Paul speaking, you know, but we can also apply these things to today's time. All right, we can greatly apply these things to because the things are written aforetime were written for what? Our learning. Okay, so the dispensation of the grace, you know, through the Spirit power Yahweh Shemi Shai, what? The Lord woke up the elders and the apostles to pass it down, man. All right, which is given from them to us with. Okay, it says how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote, as I wrote afore in few words. Okay, verse 4, whereby when ye read, ye may understand my knowledge in the mystery of Hamashiach, which in other ages was not made known unto the sons of men. You see, everything was done in his time. It says, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit, that the Gentiles shall be fellow heirs. And who are the Gentiles? Right? Israelite foreigners that are scattered throughout the four winds, man. All right? It says that the Gentiles shall be fellow heirs and of the same body, and which proves that those fellow heirs, right? This is Romans chapter 8, and let me see. Yep, right here. Romans 8 and 17. You know, I'll start at 16. Because 16 plays a great part in it, letting you know that it's all according to the Spirit, man. The things that is written, you know, your countenance, your reigns within your mind. All right, all of these things go together, and the number one thing is what? Faith, man. It says the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, and if children, then heirs, right? If children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. All right? And who's suffering right now with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man? Only his elect. Only his elect is scattered, sighing and crying for the abomination that's being done in this place. You know? That's only the elect. Well, back in Ephesians 3, I'll read verse 5 again. Well, I'll get to 7. No, I'll read 5 again. It says, which in other ages was not made known, unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and the prophets by the Spirit, that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs and of the same body, and partakers of his promise in Hamashiach by the gospel, by the good news, man. The good news was only for the Israelites, okay? And it lets us know, let me get it real quick, in the book of Acts, you know? The book of Acts, this is Acts chapter 2 and 22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Yahushua of Nazareth, a man approved of the Most High, among you by miracles and wonders and signs which the Most High did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. I'm going to jump down to verse, let me see. Should be one of the latter verses. Yep, kind. All right, and this is Acts 2 and 41. It says, then they that gladly receive his word were baptized. You have to gladly receive this truth, okay? When the elders and apostles push out, that wisdom that was that Yahweh Shem Yahushua ultimately gives them through the Spirit, you know, that edification that the body needs, okay? You are to gladly receive it. If you don't receive it, that means you're not of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right, you're not a believer, okay? It says, and then the apostles even tell you, you know, don't just take our word, but what? Go and research these things so that what? The Spirit can sup with you as well, you know? But it all goes back to belief. Do you really believe that the apostles are who Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up? You know? It says, then they that gladly received his word were baptized, okay, by what? The washing of the word. It says, and the same day there were added unto them about 3,000 souls, and they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and the breaking of bread, and in prayers, and fear. You see, fear is synonymous with faith, you know. It says, and fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles. And all that believed were together and had all things in common. So if you don't have all things in common, all right, if you don't have the 100% doctrine, right, if you don't have faith, if you don't have the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey man, what common unity do we have? We don't, okay? There's no common unity. What the scripture say, let me get it, with light and darkness, all right? This is I think it's in Corinthians. Yep. This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. It says, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what common and what communion have light with darkness? You see? That's the whole reason why Yahweh Shem Yahushua pulled us from out of that darkness. You know, and brought us into what? This marvelous light that speaks about in First Peter's the 2nd chapter. You see? So that we can know the differentiation between these two. All right? Now we've ultimately been converted and transformed to new creatures to know exactly what to walk like. You know, and be examples and show the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. You know? So back in Acts 2 and 44, it says that all that believe were together. One body, one spirit, you know, one mindset, okay, on one accord. It says, and had all things common, and sold their possessions and goods, and parted them to all men, as every man had needed. And they it says, and they continuing daily with one another, Salakia, with one accord in the temple, and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart, man. So we're supposed to eat of this truth with having our eyes single, man, upon a prize. You know, verse 47, praising the Most High and having favor with all the people, and the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. So only those that's of that number will be delivered, you know, because they're gonna have faith, they're gonna have trust. Okay, let me get there real quick. It should be in Sirach, if I'm not mistaken, Sirach 34. Only the men of Yahweh Shem Shai are going to turn back to him. It tells us that in Daniel 12, you know, everyone is ultimately, 12 and 13, you know, everyone is ultimately going to return back to their lot in the latter days, man. We're in those times. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34 and verse 16. You know what? I'm going to start at 15. Oh, Salaki. I'll start at 13. It says, the spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live. Right? It says, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Yahushua. Yahushua is the deliverer. Okay? He's going to come and save us. You know, Lord willing, we be of that number. It says, whoso feared the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope. And we're prisoners of hope, man. That's why we do the things we do. Okay? Because we're looking to be delivered. We're looking to please Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 15, it says, blessed is the soul of him that feared the Lord, to whom doth he look, and who is his strength. For the eyes of the Lord are upon them that love him. He is their mighty protection and strong stay, a defense from heat, and a cover from the sun at noon, a preservation. Preservation, meaning to preserve. It says from stumbling, and help from falling. He raised up the soul and lightened the eyes, giving us the wisdom and the understanding, giving us that tunnel vision, right? The 100% doctrine, okay? It says he giveth health, life, and blessing, okay? And if we're of Yahweh Shem Shai, then what? We've ultimately received these things, man. You know, which we believe through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So yeah, man, everything that we do is ultimately based off faith, you know? It's based off faith. You know, and looking for that great deliverance from Yahweh Shem Shai, man. You know, and we understand that the apostles of Great Millstone is who Yahweh Shem Shai set up, man. You know, over the body. You know, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and rule well. And much peace, safety, and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four winds, pushing the truth and sincerity and diligence. Till next time, Shalom.